Hey everybody, it's Cody, Dixon RC again, coming back at you with something new. So I've been working on a project for the past couple of weeks, trying to basically just get it down to where I would like it enough to where I can show you guys what it is. Try and put a couple of packages together so you'll be able to buy them when I'm done with this video here. Of course, by the title of the video, you know what it is. So I've been trying to, it's not hard. It wasn't a hard project really for me to come up with the way to do this. But anyway, it still took me a little bit of time to finesse it the way I wanted it to be able to present it to you guys. So everybody's favorite shock right now is the TRX-4 GTS shock, correct? Everybody likes them. They work really well. They don't leak. I mean, the only thing I think problem mainly people see with them is they stick. But once you start moving them, they're fine. These were a little stuck on a car. I had them compressed all the way down. They were, stuck a little bit. But there's ways to fix that. I'm not going into any of that right now because there's no need to. Most people know how to do that. No big deal. So what I have come up with is, a lot of the competition guys run a Traxxas big bore shock, which is a shock off of some Slashes and a few other kind of Traxxas cars like that. But in the bottom of them, they had this indention in them, and these low C mini T springs fit perfect in them, meaning they had a groove already there. So all you had to do was buy, a lower cup that fit over the rod end, and boom, you've got yourself a nice little competition style shock. Well, now that the GTS Traxxas shocks are out, the TRX shocks are out now, I figured we needed the same kind of deal for these particular shocks here. This is not for everybody. This is not one of those things that it won't get you any more flex, and it won't make you, whatever like that. This gives you maximum droop for your vehicle. Now, it's not for every car. It's not for every scale vehicle. It's really not scale at all, to be honest with you. And if we're getting technical about it, it's really not. So I got that out of the way. So now I'm going to show you how my kit works and what all is included in a kit when you buy a kit from me. You'll be able to do this in a matter of 30 minutes with my kit. It should be very simple. Just you unscrew a couple of things and bolt it together. It's really easy. I would suggest having a set of shock pliers if you have some. If you don't, you can use a set of regular, well, don't use any like these, but these are knips. Don't use these, they're a little bit rough, but just some sort of plier with some sort of rag to hold the shock shaft. And I'll show you that in just a second, but I wanted to show you this. So my kit will come with I got some packs back here. It will come with a full set of springs. Now, when I say full set, it is not a set of 4 of each of these. It is 2 of each of these. You get a soft spring, a medium spring, and a firm spring. It should be enough to fine-tune your vehicle. If you need more, they're available. They're like $11 for the set. It's no big deal. You also get a set of lower caps. These fit over the stock rod end. They're 7 mil, so a little bit different than normal. So they are tight, which is not a big deal. And the spring fits on them very tight as well. So it just sits there. And then, of course, this is the part that I take. It's the lower shock cap. So you get your shock here and the cap at the bottom. Well, I've modified each one of them to fit a mini T spring. So see, then you get the full kit. So that's what's all included. That's what comes in the pack. They are $40 for the set. That gets you all this. So you can have your nice setup. If you got a class 2 comp rig, this is the way to go. This is the ticket. If you're already running TRX TRX shocks, changing all this around will amplify your rig a whole bunch. I firmly believe it. I ran a set, and I've had a couple of friends run a set, so I mean, not this set, but the old style big bore. And of course, you can also get more tuning out of it, changing the springs around, but you're also changing your shock weight oil, or your shock oil to different weights. I got a bug. Hang on. I don't know what that is. Okay. Yeah, so you can change your shock oil, the weight of it. That will give you a little bit more tuning as far as that goes. So So I'm gonna come down here closer. I'm gonna show you how to take these apart and put them back together with my kit. So I'll be right back. All right, so this is I'm gonna show you a little more close-up stuff of these things I got here. So these are the lower caps that go around. These fit around the rod end. The spring goes in here. These are ABS printed. They are not they were 3D printed, but they're done with ABS and not PLA, so they should hold up a lot better. This is the lower cup that the spring itself fits into. I've got them tight enough to where you kind of actually got to kind of twist the spring into it. It's cut out very well, or not very well, but it's cut out very well, you know, as far as that goes. Same goes for this rear cup. It is very tight, works out very well as far as that goes. This is the spring kit you get. So all right, so we're going to take apart the shocks here. Easy to do. Pull the spring, take the lower cup here, you got to press it out, snap it, remove the spring. We'll do that with all these here. These are one of the many sets of TRX-4 shocks I have. Of course, I have ruined a couple of sets over here that I have taken apart for testing purposes and taken them all the way apart, so they need some work, but that's not a big deal. So now that you've done this, like I say, I suggest you have a set of shock pliers. They got a 3 millimeter shock shaft spot. Take it and you just twist these off. I would also suggest not doing it by hand if you can help it. I have so these you will keep, you will reuse those. I'll move that out of the way. You do not need the springs or the cups. So we will do that there. I'm going to use a wrench to loosen it. And then you can do it by hand. Makes it a little bit easier that way. If you see sweat drop onto what I'm doing here, sorry, it is hot and it is humid as can be down here right now. This morning I got to work at 7:30. By 8 o'clock there was about 80% humidity in the shop that I work in, and by 9 o'clock I was ready to go home and take a shower. It was bad. Hot. Humid as all get out too. So like I say, you reuse these rod ends. Just keep up with that there. You do not have to keep the springs or the lower cups. I mean, you can keep them if you want to. I'm sure they're, you know, like those are all whites there. So they'll go good on another truck if I decide I don't want to run this setup on another truck. So, all right. So you've got all your rod ends set aside, all your shocks set here. So now, here comes the part that you really got to pay attention to. You can, of course, so this is the cap that you replace with my kit. So you basically just unscrew it and remove it. And you will actually take mine, when you get your kit, you just put it in, screw it down, tighten it hand tight, make sure the shaft goes in and out, boom, you're done. That's it. You put the spring on, move that like that, take one cup. These cups are pretty tight as far as that goes. As far as it fits onto the shock shaft, it's going to be tough there. I wonder if I've fixed these. These may not be fixed. Anyway, we'll come back to that in a minute. So, all right, so when you do that, make sure when you take this cap off, I'm not going to use this cap. I'm going to go mod these caps real quick and come back. Make sure you don't snatch the shock shaft out, because when you do, everything comes out with it. Here's one that I did earlier and did not mean to do it. You'll lose the X ring will come out, the O ring will come out, and then you got to redo everything. See, there it goes. See how all of it popped out? So it kind of makes it a bit of a pain. You just don't want to do that. That's all. So just be careful when you take these off. Do them. I would suggest doing them one at a time so you don't do that kind of deal. So we'll take them off real quick. I'm going to go mod them and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I went out and went ahead and real quickly modded those 4 bottom caps real quick. Now I think the only issue we're going to have is taking this top. I don't think it'll just come off. Yeah. All right, so plan will be to use if you've got, most of you guys have some sort of shock pliers, so you'll be able to pop that off there and just pull that off. You do not need that as well. So you'll take that, put that back in there, put it back in your Oh, that's the wrong way. That's the right way. No, maybe not. So pop that back in there somehow, some way. There it goes. So that's all you got to do with that. So I'll do that real quick. There is a right way and a wrong way to pop this thing out, apparently. So also, while you're doing this, be careful not to pull the rings out and pull the shaft out. Got to make sure you do that, because that could be bad. It's just like every other rod in there. You got to make sure it comes out. It only comes in and comes out one way. It got easy the last two times. The first two, they came right out. The third one was a little bit of a pain. So that's stuff you don't need to keep as far as that goes. So just here we go. All right, so I'm going to use 2 soft springs for the rear, and I'm going to use medium for the front, because that's where all the weight's going to be on the truck this goes on. You guys have not seen the truck this goes on yet, so soon though, you'll get to see it soon. So you'll take the modded cap that I do, slide it on there. All right, so you'll take, sorry about that, I had to do something else real quick I forgot to do. So you'll take that, screw that into there. Of course, I cut them to where they're super, it holds the spring. Don't worry about when you put that on there, it's kind of crooked. It doesn't matter once you put everything else together, it's not really going to matter too much. So you'll take said spring, put it on there, pull it back so you can have some of the shaft that shows. Make sure you put the end that the shock or that the spring goes into that holds itself there. It's going to be really tight, but that's good. That's what you want. You got to try to make sure that fits as well. Then you'll take the rod end, start it with your finger, get it as tight as you can get it without it moving. Of course, you still need some shop pliers. It's a good idea to have some. So you'll do that. You'll take that, tighten this down about as much as you can by hand or with a wrench. You don't want it to be super, super tight, but you'll know when it's done because it'll, see, it kind of turns the truck, or turns the whole shock there. So you'll take the end, the lower cup, and push it in as far as you can. It will only go so far, and there you go. And there is our, now of course soft really doesn't give a lot of pushback as far as that goes, but that's okay. That's part of the whole tuning process. So you take another shock, do this real quick, make sure that's tight, make sure this screws on there, not screw on there, but make sure it fits on there. Take that, take a lower cup, fits on there. That's going to be, that also is very tight, so make sure that goes there. I just drip sweat all over the mat. So do that there. Hand tight this. You can almost do it hand tight all the way anyway. Another thing to worry about with this is to make sure you don't really have to, but measure them to make sure you're getting the same amount of throw. See, like this one did not go all the way down like I wanted it to. And that could be because of the type of print at that particular time. So there's those two there. So let's do the fronts. You'll see a big difference with these mediums. The mediums and the firms are really, really there's a lot more pressure to them. So they will push back a lot more than the softs will. But if you're running a rig with not a lot of weight in the rear of the vehicle, softs are great. I used to run these springs. I used to have a 2.2 shafty moon buggy is what I call it, type rig. It was a good truck. I think I drove it one time and sold it. Nobody around here was doing that. And I didn't feel like it was fair for me to have one of those go to an event with other people. So So this one will push back. Mediums will push back, so at least you do get that. Push that down there. Again, take the cup with the end. It's going to be tight, of course, which is what you want anyway. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
All right, so on the last one here. All right, and we'll take that, push that down, boom, done. And see, takes no time at all to do. It's very quick, nice little mod. If you guys have TRXs or any other vehicles that you comp a lot, that you have these shocks on, this is the ticket. It will get you the most adjustability. And of course, like I said, you can buy more of these. Hopefully I'll have more of these in stock as far as beyond this kit. So I'll have some if you wanted to buy an extra set to have more tuning abilities. It's the way to go. So here it is, Dixieland RC's TRX-4 shock mod. Available now on the store, in the website. On the website, excuse me. I've got 3 available right now. Once those sell, I'm going to buy enough stuff. I want to make sure there's a market for this. I think there is. I think you guys seem to really want this. So once these 3 are sold, I'm buying enough to do 10 sets. I'll have 10 sets done soon. I've got enough shot caps to do that. So hopefully this endeavor works out. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little short video here. I know it's not super short, but it's not that bad. Hopefully you'll get to see what these go on here soon. I'm almost done with it. Can't wait to show you guys it. I can't wait to drive it, to be honest with you. So stay tuned. We're at 930 subscribers at this moment. The last time I checked, right before I come out here to film this. So we got 70 left to 1,000. Man, we're getting close. You guys have done it up the past couple days. If we get to 1,000 quick though, boy, we're going to have a time. I got it set up where we'll have a nice competition, or not a competition, a nice drawing giveaway set up. It'll go, I'll do a video and you have to comment on that video. When you comment on that video, you get put into a pot and boom, we'll draw. I'll give everybody about a week or 5 days or something like that, and then we'll be good to go. So we're getting there. Share away, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment on this. Let me know what you think about this. If you wanted me to do something else or, something like that. I think this is pretty much going to be what everybody is going to want, though. So packs are going to be ready. They're almost, I've still got to tag them, label them. But it does come it comes with everything in there. So, and if you have your stock caps, the ones that you take off, if you don't want them, message me. I will gladly buy them from you. So if you've got some messed up shocks that you don't need, if they're bent or broke or something, I'll take the caps. I'd love to have them. I'll pay you a couple of bucks for the set of 4 of them. So just message me and let me know. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.